Is your phone up high on the volume?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I hope. So, welcome back to another episode of CHPT Radio with your hosts Bon and Josh. Episode number 9, 10 or 11. I'm not sure.
Good job.
Season 2, I know that much.
Season 2. I wonder how many seasons we'll have.
I don't know. It might be like Frasier, just go forever.
Are they still filming?
I don't think so, probably.
Oh.
So, hi, what's going on?
Hey. Not much.
We just got off Public Holiday Monday.
Yes.
Here in Victoria, it is because I'm sure we've got international listeners.
We do have an international
One.
listener. Still counts.
Absolutely. So, yesterday was Public Holiday.
Yes.
Which meant that we had a change in sort of timetable for CHPT, like no group running,
Yep.
but PT, and everyone turned up, and everyone was in a good mood
Yeah,
yesterday.
everyone was in really good spirits yesterday.
I think they all kind of like the idea of 3 days for a weekend as opposed to 2.
Imagine that.
It would be an interesting...
Bunnings would be so busy.
They would be. Maybe that's how we can kickstart the economy, is we can just move to a 3-day weekend so everyone has more time to spend their hard earned. But no, everyone came in good spirits. Weightlifting room was full,
Yes.
which was very cool.
I know how many weightlifting clubs can say that they had 100% of their members attend.
Yes, we did. And everyone, that space is starting to find its sort of
Find its feet.
and sort of the speed at which it needs to move. So
It's only small. We don't want it to grow too big too quick.
yeah,
I think otherwise I'll lose control of it.
yeah. And when we say control, that's not needing to own everything. It's just to make sure that we can deliver what we actually want to deliver for everybody.
Because we're still learning. I'm still learning as we're going. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's managing the 2 spaces. It's managing
It's how the 2 spaces interact. It's how you and I coach within 2 different spaces.
Yeah.
We probably only cross over 2 or 3 times a week where we're both coaching at the same time. But we're getting our feet on that. And yesterday, after a bit of a clunky start, moved.
I kicked you out.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how it went.
I in my head wanted to use the functional trainer and didn't think to program appropriately, like order the workout appropriately. But we got there in the end. The next 2 sessions were much better. But
To go kick.
yeah, which probably leads us into the value
Kicking your husband out.
that.
That's not the topic for today?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's
Sorry, wives.
yeah, for a 5-step how-to manual, download our ebook from
We would get, do you know how many ebooks? Oh,
99 cents.
yeah.
No, today we're talking about planning, and so yesterday is probably a good highlight that I didn't get my planning 100%, and whilst it doesn't cause massive dramas, it can just avoid frustrations or misunderstandings or wanting to do the same thing at the same time. So we wanted to talk about the value of planning, how it sets up your day, your week, your session in the gym, your food, how planning can make a big difference to sort of all of those things.
Yes, planning is super important.
Yeah, so let's talk about planning and training.
Yes.
So what, you get your programming done on a monthly basis?
So
6 weeks or blocks?
it depends. My programming comes in blocks. So I've had 12-week blocks, I've had 8 weeks, I've had 6. But normally, I've even had 5. So it just depends on where it ends and when the next comp is coming.
Yeah, but one of the things that you'll do, regardless of how long the training block is, that on Monday morning or a Sunday afternoon, you'll sit down and you'll
plan my week, my training week, because I don't want to walk in Monday all flustered.
Yep, and that feeling of flustered then doesn't lead to a great training session.
No.
So manipulating and planning your week, that's reading what you've got ahead and then also looking at what you have in terms of mapping that against your schedule and going, I've got 3 really heavy days, when's the best time to fit that into my schedule so that I don't actually come out of 3 really heavy sessions back to back into a really heavy work day, and by Friday I'm fried. Is
Yeah.
that roughly the way that you approach it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, yeah. So it's just being mentally prepared as well. So knowing that, okay, so if I just got 2 heavy days at the start of the week, and then I've got some accessory, like more of the breakdown of the movements, you could say, in the middle of the week. So I've just got to get to the middle of the week, and then it's a bit of fun, and then it's back to lifting heavy again. So, and that's at the moment just with comp prep.
So that's how we plan for training. What about planning for the week?
Planning for my week.
Yeah.
Or
our week.
Our week. Our week, as in
Like for the house.
for the house. Oh, okay. So it's looking at the kids' schedules, seeing what the kids need to be done. So we've got a few extracurricular activities coming up over the next couple of weeks. So it's making sure the bags are packed the day before, trying not to pack them on the day. And that's something that they tell you to do in weightlifting as well. If you're going to a comp, make sure you've got your stuff all ready the day before, because in the morning you don't want to be looking for your weight belt, or you don't want to be searching for these things. So it's to just make sure that we're organised and that we're both on the same page, and who's picking who up, and having a conversation about that as well, and not just expecting you to read my mind, or to, the notice was on the fridge, so why haven't you done anything about it? It's about working together as a team to make sure it's all organised.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that and sometimes it doesn't work 100%,
No.
but we do try to have those.
But we've always picked our kids up.
I think
So far.
Right, it's still early. But there's it's thinking about the week ahead as opposed to just tomorrow. So,
It's just being organised. So yesterday we packed bags, getting ready for today, instead of, even though we have plenty of time today, but it's just, we want to teach our girls to, I want to teach our girls to be organised the day before. Being organised. And when it comes to training sessions, when we're sharing a session, I look at the clock and I think about what I want to do with my client, and then so I'm like, right, I've got 15 minutes, this is what I want to get done, because I know I've got this space, and then in the next 15 minutes we've got to share a space, and working around there, and then but knowing that if there's another client coming in halfway through another session, I've got an extra 5 to 7 minutes before we have to move, or
Yeah, absolutely.
So it all comes down to time-based with training clients.
And manipulating it around so that it works for both sets of clients.
Yeah.
And both coaches.
And it's being mindful of each other's space as well. That's why we work to a T. So 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is not 5 to 9.
No, and that's why we're very strict with clients on wandering into sessions early. It's not cool. It just has a big impact, especially towards the end of someone's session. They're probably feeling like they need their coach more in the last 5-10 minutes than they do necessarily in the first 5.
A lot of deloading happens.
Both physically and verbally. And so if that's the case, then that's why we ask everyone to respect that, not just wandering in as their session's about to start. I'll just grab my mobility stuff. It's like, no, you need to actually sort of just chill out. Or if you do see a session going in and they're at one end of the gym, that you give them plenty of space and you hang out down the other end of the gym. So most clients are very good at that.
Yeah, everyone's quite good. But that's why we're so strict with time. So 5 minutes, that's still part of someone's session.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not, let's finish 5 minutes early. It's no. They've paid us right up for those 30 minutes. So we've got to make sure that we really value those 30 minutes for our client.
Absolutely. Cool. Leave it there.
Yay! Good job.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
No worries.
Remember to be brave, be wise, be kind.
Okay. Catch
Bye.
you.